Get informed on what is happening in our political scenes and people who are making headlines in different parts of the country and the world, right here at TAS TV. Join me, LAVIN NYAGOWA, as I bring to you weekly news highlights that are factual every Friday at 4 o'clock. See you then. This is the newest, most exciting entertainment show where nothing is off limits.
We bring you real, authentic, and raw conversations.
Enjoy good vibes, fashion, and lifestyle from your favorite celebrities.
Fun, trending topics, games, and educative segments.
Every Tuesdays from 3 p.m. and Saturdays from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. With me, LAVIN NYAGOWA
and Hazel Jeru.
Only on The Unfiltered. Welcome to TAS Media Institute, the home of undiscovered talents. You will be trained by professionals who have a passion in what they do. Do not be left behind. Enroll now and become a pioneer of TAS Media Institute. We are located at Neema Plaza, second floor along Kenyatta Highway in Thika Town. Life can sometimes take unexpected turns, and this family's story is no exception. When a gas explosion completely changed the course of their living, Mr. Joseph Lual and his family have been forced to face unimaginable hardships. But even in this phase of adversity, they have managed to persevere with so much resilience. And as the saying goes, adversity introduces you to yourself. Let's get the story of Mr. Joseph and his family.
So welcome to the first episode of Brain Busters. My name is Mwangi Dominic. Lotko barabara ya MKU. Tunauliza maswali tatanishi.
At TAS Media Institute, we let you discover your talent. Hello everyone, it's another beautiful Wednesday that we get to bring to you the most amazing show that is counting the red ribbon. So welcome to today's episode, and in case it is the first time that you get to watch us, karibu sana to our shows. We got amazing content for you, and today we are discussing an important topic, and that is often overlooked, that is sexual and reproductive health. You know, nobody wants to talk about that, but why are we here? We are here to answer, you know, those questions that you have on that particular topic. It is not something that most people would want to, you know, have a conversation about, but that is why I am here. I have an amazing guest in studio who's gonna be taking us through, we're gonna be exploring this topic together. Sitawapatia so much insight, that is why we have her here, sindio? So we're gonna discuss how we can better support people's sexual and reproductive rights and health, and how we can create a culture that is more supportive of, you know, this kind of issues that we have each and every day, because, you know, sexual and reproductive health ni kitu ya kila siku. So anyway, let me not put so much, talks to it. Remember, this episode is courtesy of the Smart Shopper. They have amazing colognes. We only have 2 scents remaining from Betty Buckley's. That is their Tender Blossom and Tender Love. They go for 2,000 Kenya shillings. So you can, call the number 0798-154-042 so that you get to order your product. In case you don't want that, we have a lot more than just the scents or the perfumes, or the colognes, whatever you choose to call them, Cindy. So you can go check out other items that they have. Beautiful bags, beautiful baskets, decor pieces, decor watches, all this amazing stuff. Anyway, now to what we are talking about today. First of all, remember to follow us across all social media platforms. That is TAS TV Official on YouTube. We are currently live, so you can join the live on YouTube. TAS TV on Facebook, TAS TV_KE on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Karibu.
Thank you.
Please introduce yourself. No,
I'm okay.
Yes. Please introduce yourself. Tell us who you are and why you decided that this specific topic is what we have to talk about today.
Okay, thank you so much for welcoming here. My name is Beth Wange Shimaina.
Yes.
I work in Borussia Jam Initiative. And the reason is why this topic is so important in our life, especially the youth.
Yeah.
It's because we do not have the right knowledge about sexual and reproductive health.
Yes.
We have a lot of things surrounding this kind of topic and fear and cultural beliefs and religious beliefs that prevent us to get this kind of knowledge.
Okay.
Yes.
So now just to start from the basics, sex and reproductive health, people tend to confuse these two, and I tend to believe ni vitu mbili different. Not necessarily very different, but they are different. Yes. So just to start with that, let us know what that is. And
okay, at first, sexual and reproductive health is the human right, actually, for a person to have a healthy anatomy and to be able to access education and services for mwenyewe to make the right decision on who to have sex with and how to prevent infections and unwanted pregnancy.
Okay.
Alafu, no, the difference between sex and reproductive health is sex itself, the act.
The act, yeah.
The act. What makes you happy? And most people don't like talking about it.
Yeah.
Because when people are doing research, they tend to look at it like, why is it that women are saying that they are not experiencing orgasm? Why aren't we talking about it?
but okay, from what I hear, not very many people experience that.
Yes, but it's on the female gender, but
why?
not the male. Why?
Okay, so why? That is why you are
yes. And if you ask that question, it's because when it comes to the act, we women actually tend to service the man, but the man keeps forgetting has to service the woman.
The woman.
It's a win-win situation.
Yeah.
But in our Kenyan cultures and all that, it's always the man who is being serviced more than the woman.
Okay.
Yes.
So what are some of the most important factors when it comes to making decisions about sexual and health reproductive system? Okay.
First of all, your human anatomy. There are people there are contraceptives that cannot be able to undertake because they're going to affect their physiological system. And also we are going to also include the mental health status of that person. There are contraceptives that if you take them for a longer period of time, they will have an impact on your mental health status. Yes.
Okay. So talking about contraceptives, there's this myth or belief that it's just the female who's supposed to be getting the contraceptives. So why is it that most men wanafikiria they are out of contraceptives, yet there is the male contraceptive that they lazima ikuwe ni sisi wawili we are agreeing on this?
Yeah. I always have that issues, and I always impose that issues when we have youth talk.
Yes.
Because we have many types of contraceptive only affecting women.
Yes.
But you only have 2 that is affecting the man. Yes, and that is for the vasectomy and the use of condom.
Yeah.
But you'll find the man is the one who is impregnating. It's not the woman who is impregnating herself.
Yeah.
Why isn't the man using the contraceptive? You see?
Yeah.
it's only under the culture, because a woman is a home bearer and all that stuff, and they always say that a woman is going to have a menopause, but a man can always impregnate a person even at the age of 100 years.
Okay.
Yes. So that's where, because and it's actually like the perspective of also the man and the woman. When you talk about contraceptive, the woman will always think of, how am I going to protect myself? But the man will always think of how she's going to protect herself. You see? Yeah. Especially when it comes to unwanted pregnancies, it's not always about the man. And that's why we have a lot of issues with contraceptive, because it affects women very differently, depending on the woman's body type, a woman's diet, a woman's even stages of life, and nobody talks about it.
Okay, so when talking about that, there's the aspect here, access to these services,
Yes.
So how does the access to these services, that is the sexual and reproductive health services, affect individuals and communities in general?
There's a positive part of it, and also I can say a negative part of it. These things, you have various types of contraceptive in the community. Even as the local chemists, they have these types of contraceptive, very accessible and cheap. But they don't have the knowledge. That's why you find there are people who are going to refuse that type of a contraceptive because of what they have had in the society, without the right knowledge from a physician or a personnel who has actually undertaken this as a career. Yes.
So talking about certain contraceptives affecting certain types of people, certain people. Let me not say types, because we only have the male and the female. So okay, so talking about these contraceptives, so what is the right way to go about the whole contraceptive issue? Because we have had people who wanaingililia tu, they don't really seek advice, they don't really seek the effects, they just get into it. So what's the right way to go about this?
First of all, one is supposed to know is this. There are two types of contraceptive. Hormonal and non-hormonal. And the non-hormonal, if we're talking about the female side, it's always the condom and the procedure, the minor surgery, BTL. But hormonal, most of it, you'll find it affects women differently. You'll find a woman, when she has one contraceptive, she's not going to receive even her periods. Well, there's another who's going to receive heavier periods compared. Others, they actually come and complain of, they have pimples, acne they didn't used to have. They have sleepless nights also. Other people tend to experience that. Other people, like when you're wearing a pad, it's supposed to soak up in the next 6 hours. You find a woman, because of the contraceptives that she's using, it will soak in 30 minutes. And it's because of contraceptive. And it's all when they are choosing the type of contraceptive that they are supposed to be using, they should always actually first go for a body check. Because you cannot know the best contraceptive you're going to use without a body check. The simplest contraceptive other than condom is family planning pills, right? But there are people who complain once they start using it, they tend to have very heavy periods, they have irritability in anything, they have nausea. When somebody will take it and there's no sign of symptoms like that.
And they're 100% normal.
Very normal and very okay. And that is the most common one other than the condom.
Okay, so now that you've talked about, I'm more curious about, this surgery type of contraceptive. How does it work?
Technically, it's like a string. It's tied at your fallopian tube, so that the sperms cannot be able to fertilize the egg. Because fertilization starts at the fallopian tube. So once umefunga njia yenye kupitia haipiti, that will be it.
Okay, so away from that, we have challenges. Kila kitu yenye inakuanga, there is always the positive side of it and the negative side of it. Either way, these are both challenges. So we have positive challenges and negative challenges. So what do you think are the biggest challenges to providing quality services, these sexually and reproductive health services?
First of all, I will always go back to the part of where you have to know yourself. You have to know your human anatomy. Because okay, I will give you the explanation per each and every contraceptive.
Yeah.
You find like implants, implano, or Jadel.
Yeah.
It affects people very completely differently compared to other people.
Yeah.
One thing is, for you to get these the best services that you're supposed to have, you have to know your body anatomy. You have to go and all test each and every kind of test.
Yeah.
Because the BTL tends to affect some people where they don't receive menses. And you find them, they are susceptible to depression. You see,
yeah,
and you find, and some people even have also said their libido is they tend to have higher libido.
Okay.
Using the Jadel. And it's true, yeah, because you find people don't understand it. They're like, okay, I have experienced, is this okay?
Yeah.
Other than asking the physicians who actually administered the Jadel.
Yeah.
So when a person goes and get these services, you have to ask all questions. But most people just go to get the service, to protect and leave.
Okay.
You have to ask all, which is the best. Because I can't advise a person to give birth to go and actually have administer a coil. Why? You shouldn't be doing that.
Why?
Because there are a lot of things that are surrounding it. The fact that you aren't pregnant, that means you do not have one sexual partner.
Okay.
And it surrounds that if you're using a coil and you have more sexual partners, you will get actually STIs.
Okay.
Yes. So that's why people are always advised in every stages of your life as a female, you have to choose the best contraceptive. And I will always advise, please always use condom. It's 99.9% of protection compared to the others.
Yeah. Okay. So you've mentioned using that how did you call it there?
Implano.
Yeah, the implano type of contraceptive. Yeah. And you've said mtu akizitumia mara mingi, akitumia akiwa na, several.
Oh no, the coil, if you have multiple sex partners, it actually raises you to have STIs, your chances of getting STIs, yes. Okay,
so how do you prevent yourself from, this? Because I believe most people do this without knowing, so it's unintended.
Yeah.
So how do you prevent these unintended sexually transmitted infections?
Use condom.
So aside from condoms, because not so many people will want to use condom, being that kuna kwanga na zile myths za mi siwezi tumia, mi naniwasha, mi nanifanyia sijui nini, you see. So there are those myths surrounding the use of this kind of protection.
The reason I always say use condom is this. Mwenye nasema mimi siwezi tumia, there's always an alternative condom that is non-latex. But the society doesn't know that. If you have an allergy of condom, there's a condom specially made for you.
Okay.
Right? Because there's no another way other than you having to go and test before. And if you see the statistics of Kenya last year, it said for a man the ratio is 1:7, for a lady the ratio is 1:2, right?
Yeah.
So we can't believe that our partners are faithful to us if that ratio is actually real. Right? So how are you going to protect yourself? If you cannot be able, you do not know the whereabouts of your partner, just use a condom.
Yeah.
Because you may go to test, they are negative, but after 1 month, maybe he indulged or you indulged somebody who has the infection. So
you get it.
You get it.
Okay, talking about condoms, you have some on the table. Yes. I'm curious to know what's the purpose. Why do we have them today?
Yes, I wanted to bring the condoms because there's this thing people, Kenyan society, they keep telling us that they cannot use free condoms, the ones that the government has given us. But one thing they don't know about the condoms is your government cannot poison you. So the people tend to use other types of condom, while they don't know that some of them that are scented actually have an effect on a woman's health. Because some of those condoms tend to give a lady their UTI and candidiasis.
Okay.
Yes. So always use the free condom. Yes, and it's for both. You can find it for both female and the male.
And the male. Yes. Just which camera, Mr. Producer? This or this? Okay, so that is the female, the black one.
Yes.
Is the female condom.
Yeah.
So talking about the female condoms.
Yes.
Behind the scenes, just before the show, somebody asked this question.
Yeah.
Why is it that the female condoms are very expensive compared to the male condoms? Yet we have the male condoms being given out for free, but the female, sidhani wanapeana bure.
I know. They are also given free. This is free.
I didn't know.
This is free. And if you read, it's free, completely free.
Okay.
It's free. It depends is where you're accessing that condom from.
Yes.
If you have offices as for LVCT and Red Cross, you're going to get them free.
Yes.
As many as you can. Yes.
Okay. So just for mtu mwenye anaona, just zoom in. This is free. LVCT pale, it is free. We are protecting each and every person. Use this, na utasaidika sana. You see? Okay, so away from that, the last question before we go for our first break, we are having get informed on what is happening in our political scenes and people who are making headlines in different parts of the country and the world, right here at TAS TV. Join me, LAVIN NYAGOWA, as I bring to you weekly news highlights that are factual every Friday at 4 o'clock. See you then. Get informed on what is happening in our political scenes and people who are making headlines in different parts of the country and the world, right here at TAS TV. Join me, LAVIN NYAGOWA, as I bring to you weekly news highlights that are factual every Friday at 4 o'clock. See you then.
Sunny. What's up my guys? I go by the name Rainams.
Eti nikipita kwa macho na nipimia na kama sina pesa ungewezi nipimia hapa Shenster the Poet manze.
Goma moto moto.
If you wanna show some love I don't fake it. Ida kumenya mawazo mako. Nani anedera shire. Utani wako.
Vichekesho. Mkisongaza. Mahojiano moto moto. Stori za wasanii pamoja na talanta za wasanii.
Fiki wa kasi gani kama wapatikani wakati wa shida.
Na pia kwenye kipindi utabambika, utajijenga, utaelimika, utakuza talanta yako.
My name is Rebecca Mutie, I'm a model and I'm Afri Kenya. I'm a student. Napenda kusikiza kipindi cha Bonga na Katoni kila Jumatatu kuanzia saa 9 mpaka saa 10.
Kumbuka ni kwenye Bonga na Katoni ndani ya TAS TV kuanzia saa 9 hadi saa 10 kila siku ya Jumatatu.
This is Bonga na Katoni in TAS TV. Karibuni.
This is the newest, most exciting entertainment show where nothing is off limits.
We bring you real, authentic, and raw conversations.
Enjoy good vibes, fashion, and lifestyle from your favorite celebrities.
Fun, trending topics, games, and educative segments.
Every Tuesdays from 3 p.m. and Saturdays from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. With me, LAVIN NYAGOWA
and Hazel Jeru.
Only on The Unfiltered. Get informed on what is happening in our political scenes and people who are making headlines in different parts of the country and the world right here at TAS TV. Join me, LAVIN NYAGOWA, as I bring to you weekly news highlights that are factual every Friday at 4 o'clock. See you then. Welcome to TAS Media Institute, the home of undiscovered talents. You will be trained by professionals who have a passion in what they do. Do not be left behind. Enroll now and become a pioneer of TAS Media Institute. We are located at Neema Plaza, 2nd floor along Kenyatta Highway in Thika Town. Life can sometimes take unexpected turns, and this family's story is no exception. When a gas explosion completely changed the course of their living, Mr. Joseph Lual and his family have been forced to face unimaginable hardships. But even in this phase of adversity, they have managed to persevere with so much resilience. And as the saying goes, adversity introduces you to yourself. Let's get the story of Mr. Joseph and his family.
So welcome to the first episode of Brain Busters. My name is Mwangi Dominic. Leo tuko barabara ya MKU, tunauliza maswali tatanishi.
At TAS Media Institute, we let you discover your talent. Welcome back. Thank you so much for choosing TAS TV. Now, before we went on that break, tulikuwa tunaongelelea boresha jamii, and then I'm choosing to, do these talks in high schools. And then there's somebody from the comments who's saying, rudia hiyo part. So I think it's the last part where we are talking about, how do you engage these students, especially when you go for these talks in high schools specifically?
Oh, first of all, we do demonstration.
Yeah.
So the learners tend to learn from visual more than we are writing them on the board and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So you find when you're going there, we have dummies to actually demonstrate on the use of condoms. We actually have the physical condoms, the other contraceptives aside, to show them this is what you're supposed to find, this and this and this and this and this. And we don't go, when we're training them, we don't go as a teacher. We go as a youth, just like them, experiencing the same things. So you find their mode of information, the information that you're giving is different from schools, how they teach. So you find we are integrating with them, having focus group discussion, knowing what they know, and giving them the right information. Because you find when they're in that focus group discussion, other than having a trainer ahead of them, you find them talk. Wanaongea vizuri, wanakupeanga every information that they are curious about or they are trying.
Because I also remember back when I was in high school, si kitambo though, but ni kitambo. So there was that aspect where the discussions we wouldn't want to have teacher wants to hear and not what they are curious about. So you guys are doing such an amazing job.
Thank you.
Okay, away from that, another person is asking, should UTI treatment involve couples, or can the treatment be administered on just like one person? So I think it's that situation where nimepatikana na UTI, my partner does not ajui kama ako nayo ama hana. So when I go to the hospital, should it involve the both of us ama it's just me juni mimi ndio niko nayo?
It should involve the both of you, because if you take the medication and you're treated with that infection, he has it, he will transmit it back to you. So both of you have to undertake the medication. And it's true there's some infections that don't affect male as female, and there are some that doesn't affect the female like the way they affect the male. Okay. So both of us have to take the medication because both of us are going to be affected in the long run. Okay. Yes.
So I'm curious. We have those sessions where there are so many couples. Can that be done like a group of couples or just each couple on its own?
Each couple on its own.
Okay.
Yes. If it's talks, couples, different types of couples can be there. But if the services you're offering, other services other than health talk, each individual couple, because you'll find sex, people are not doing the same type of sex that you're doing. Okay. Yes. You may think the type of sex you're doing is normal. Only to find somebody else is doing something differently. And they cannot talk about it when other people are there. Yes.
Okay. So away from that, sorry to be extremely curious.
Yes.
I just want to I am asking on behalf of our dear viewers, you get me?
That's why I'm here.
So there's the aspect where you mentioned there are certain contraceptives zenye zinapatia the female gender UTI. So these contraceptives, are they the same as the common urinary transmitted infections that we know, they are different from,
It's the same.
Okay.
It's the same.
So now, guys, I hope all your questions are answered. Like I said before, remember to follow TAS TV across all social media platforms. That is TAS TV Official on YouTube, TAS TV on Facebook, www.tastv.co.ke on our website, as well as TAS TV_KE on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. While you do that, do not forget Boresha Jamii Initiative across all social media platforms. Sindio, on TikTok, kindly your socials?
Boresha Jamii.
Just across all social media platforms. Okay, so it's Boresha Jamii CBO. Go check them out. They have amazing content. And the fact that, we are going to be featuring them a couple of times, mara mingi, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
So you're going to see them a lot more. Sindio? Yes. So away from that, we're talking about education at this particular point. So we have, education and different resources. So what kind of education and resources do you think will be more helpful for people to make informed decisions about, this sexual and reproductive health?
Education, it's the education that they're lacking. It's not going to be different. It's only that the community doesn't have this information, the right information, not the one that they're hearing from the society. And you find, because we have been in Kenya, we have grown in the cultural belief and religion belief, right? And that influences us how we are going to make decision upon reproductive health. So if we actually go and seek the health practitioner, other than the society, other than your friend, your mom, your auntie, you seek the health professional who has had this course and done it professionally. You're going to get now that information. And that's why we are here to give it information, because we have undergone training, severe trainings upon all those things.
Okay, so let's now talk about, how men and the females, approach this kind of topic. Is there any difference?
It is. When a woman is thinking about contraceptives, not the way that the man is going to think about contraceptive. Because the only thing a man is going to think about is condom. Nothing else. Right? And for a woman, she will always be like, okay, I have to prevent for myself pregnancy in case I do it. And I'm in alcohol, maybe I'm using drugs and substance abuses, right? And you find they have to think both preventing STIs and pregnancy. And if you find a lady who actually is allergic to some of the condoms I talked about, there are some who tend to have candidiasis because of it. You find this lady will actually want to use the hormonal contraceptive other than the condom. Because of the experience she has been experiencing. And because people don't even have the best sex education. like instances, I believe all ladies have experienced where the lubrication is the saliva. Right? Yes,
Yeah.
which is different. It's very bad for the ladies' reproductive health, but men don't know that because all the fluids you have in the mouth, their purpose is for the mouth, right?
And not
for
Yes.
the enzymes, they're going to react there. You say,
Yeah.
So that's the thing. You're supposed to be using lubrication. Why aren't you using?
So you're supposed to have these things when you decide, you want to get cozy, intimate, you have to understand that saliva is meant for the mouth and not any other part of the body. Anyway, away from that, let's now talk about, commercial sex workers and, their sexual and health, reproductive health. Hawa ni watu wenye they normally do not like being exposed to the public, and from the stories that we've seen on social media, not so many of them love going to the hospital, or rather they're scared of going to the hospital. So why do you think that is so, and how can they be helped out of that kind of a situation to an extent where they are comfortable with, what, in as much as I'm doing this as my job, I also have to take care of myself. Sindio? Just aside from, giving information, education, that is the basics to everything. Sindio? So aside from that.
One thing, there are organizations for the commercial sex workers in Kenya. If you're a sex worker, please join them. Because they are going to give you information about the sex and reproductive health every Broadway. Secondly, I think that is biased when you say because I've been in the hospital, the CCC department, and you find they actually are the ones who come for PrEP and PEP because they have that information in their fingertips. While a person who is a youth, just there because they are not commercial workers, they don't even protect themselves to that extent level. They actually have more information compared to the common mwananchi. So you find like for a lady, I keep asking people, we have interns in our organization, and the one thing we always ask the ladies, do you have a condom in your handbag? And you find only 2 or 1 or none has that. I'll be the only one, yes, I have a condom in my handbag. And we're supposed to be carrying it. Because the truth is, reality is, we are having sex. We're having reckless sex. Actually, also, most of us. And the sex workers will always have even 4 condoms in their bags. They're not even waiting for the client to come with it. They have it themselves. So that's the difference. And if you find that such kind of information of a person who is a commercial sex worker and they are experiencing such kind of things, it's because she hasn't or he hasn't identified the fact that the organizations that cater and fight for their rights.
So mentioning these organizations, probably kuna mtu hajui kuna kwanga na hizi organizations. Just to mention but a few where they can get help.
I can mention one common one in Thika. And it's called Kiaso, it's in Wetibia. It's the best you can ever have because we have had sessions with them, we actually converse with them, and you can actually hear from the way they talk, they want to support the rights of the commercial sex workers.
That's interesting. So away from that, we have, gender, how do I call them? Gender-based violence and, gender inequality. So how can we address issues related to this in relation to, sexual and reproductive health, sorry.
The first thing is we should learn to hear the other person's view. The thing is, most of us want, like the ladies, we will talk about it, but we will not want the man to talk about it, right? And also he has a voice, and he might even advise you better. Because some of them have this knowledge compared to a fellow woman. Because I've had sessions where with ladies, you find that they're so vague. Some of them will discriminate contraceptive because of what they've had. But for the man, because they are not using them, and they have had girlfriends who are woke, who talk about this in their relationship, you find this guy has more information. We should be having these talks. We should also, even, I'm going even to talk to churches, you should have these trainings in churches and in schools and everywhere, where the youth, the parents can sit down and talk. Because the thing is, lazima tujenge tutunze our Kenya yetu, si ndio? And who is our Kenya? Our future generation.
Our future generation.
Exactly.
Okay. So talking about churches shy away, especially place kuna kwanga na watu wazima, kuna kwanga na ile aspect ya, you know, uni mtoto mdogo, mtoe nje, juu tunataka kuongelelea mtoe nje. Is it, so let me ask you, is it right that kids from as low as 3, 4, 5 years old wakae in session when, you know, parents, young adults, the youth, the preteens, the teens are being talked to about, you know, sexual and reproductive health?
When we're having this talk, we have to divide those people in stages of their ages, because you cannot talk to a person who is 49 with a person who is 29. They are experiencing different types of reproductive health, right? The information they're having, right? So we have to know that if it's the age gap of a person, you have to talk to it individually. So when you go for trainings, we actually divide them from like 80 years old to 12 years old together, from 13 to 19 together, from 20 to 30 together, that like that.
Okay.
Because they will only be comfortable talking to their fellow peers, but not a person above them. Because the person above them, you know, everybody is going to look out onto them, other than be like, okay, let me talk about my issues. So what are some of the most effective strategies for, you know, improving the health and reproductive sexual outcomes? I think this information, sensitization of information, should be done as commonly as the way we give information about tuberculosis and HIV. Because with the health government, the Department of the Ministry of Health, they focus on one thing, forgetting the other thing. Because yes, there's high prevalence of HIV and AIDS in Kenya right now, right? Of new infections, right? What are they doing? They keep telling people, there's HIV, wear condoms, HIV, wear condoms, right? Okay, how will I wear a condom?
Okay.
You haven't shown me how to wear a condom, right? And putting in mind, not everybody has a digital phone. They can surf and look, YouTube is going to teach me how to wear a condom. So exactly, there are a lot of information where these youth are supposed to be told, why shouldn't we have stations where they talk about these things? And that's why I'm so happy where TikTok came and is helping, and YouTube is helping us a lot. Well, we see this information in the society, people who we know are experiencing these things and have the same questions.
Okay, so away from that, as we slowly, you know, come to an end of today's conversation, so we have there's this question about what are the most important, how do I call them? What are some of the most important ways, aside from, you know, the sensitization, the campaigns, and then in relation to, you know, young kids? Because I'm really curious about the age between, why would you divide 8 to 12 and not 8 to 19, or not 8 to 15? You see, I'm really curious about that age gap.
Okay, 8 to 12. When they're indulging in sex, the person they have been close with, they have grown up with. But the age from 13 to 19 is a person who has already is getting information from the society. So you're not going just to be giving new information. You also have to make them unlearn the information they have experienced and they have in their minds. So that's why we have to divide them. Secondly, this age group of 13 to 19, they are actually practicing various types and forms of sex. Well, this one 8 to 12 hasn't they experience the normal type penetration and all that stuff. So that's why we have to divide them. And putting in mind there are some who haven't practiced at that age. But at the age of 13 to 19, the ratio actually very narrows it because of the peer pressure, the curiosity.
Okay, so let's talk about parents. Sitting down, from where I sit, I don't remember at any particular point my mom talking to me about, you know, Lavin, it's your this age, this happens when you get here, this might or may happen when you are at this age specific. So there's no particular point I ever sat down with my mom and we talked about, you know, sexual and reproductive health, anything related, sex, the act, reproductive health as a whole, you see. So why do you think our parents are shy to talk to us about these topics?
Because their parents didn't talk to them also.
So how do we deal with that?
The first thing is parents are supposed to, the first thing is the parents don't believe their kids are having sex. That is the major thing.
Yeah.
Because I also had this conversation with my guardian.
Yeah.
And I was like, you have never spoken about these things, but I'm the one talking in the society about these things.
Yeah.
And she's like, how do you even start talking about this? And I'm like, I wish I knew the things I know right now about sex, and it would have only come better from you than me going out there and asking. Yes, and asking them. Because one thing is, we now tend to find that comfort in the stranger other than the guardian, the family. The family. And which is now making other people go and use other various contraceptives that is wrong for them. Because you find the guardian also has issues she has experienced with contraceptive, and some of these issues are actually hereditary. Yeah. But the parent, because she's putting that, she's not talking about it, the kids now tend to experience the same issues that the parent was experiencing.
Okay. Yes. So I don't know how to put this.
Yes.
I am way more curious than just, you know, I'm an inquisitive person naturally. So what do you think is the most important piece of information that young people need to know about sex and reproductive health, aside from what we've mentioned?
It's okay to be different. One thing most people think is that because we are a whole community, I'm a guy, you're a girl, what works for me should work for you. It doesn't work like that. It's okay to be different. That's why you find people, nitalemewa na homa, wewe zilemewa na homa.
Yeah.
Exactly. So you find most people, because we're a community, we are the youth, everything should work for me if it's working for them. Yeah. It doesn't work like that. And that's one thing people should always know. It will never work the same.
It's never the same.
It's never the same, because you find, for me as a lady, I can't use some type of contraceptives. Yes. Because I already know I have a negative side effect of it, like the pill itself. I have a very bad negative side effect with it. Yeah. While Implano works so good with me. But I already saw the signs and symptoms of Implano, they gave me some mental health issues. Yeah. You see, so I have to go back on the drawing board and do it again. Yeah. Yes.
So you have to go back to the doctor, seek more information, what best works for you.
Yes, you go do all scannings, everything. And one thing other people keep forgetting is this hormonal contraceptive, it's also working with your body. Yeah. How you eat, it affects also how you're going to feel.
Okay.
Yes.
So yes, guys, it has been an amazing conversation. In case there's something that, you know what, you haven't really gotten to the actual info that you are really looking forward to, na hatuja mention, we're gonna have another session with Beth, probably next week, same time, same place. Yes. So it's gonna be an amazing time. Beth, it has been really awesome having you around. Yes. So there's actually something I wanted to talk about. So we are having a campaign. This campaign is a pad drive campaign that we are striving to raise 1,000 pieces of sanitary towels for, you know, young girls within and outside Thika. So we want to make sure that, you know what, our young girls, our baby girls feel safe when they are in school, so they don't have to miss school at any particular point just because, you know what, amekosa just a 50 shilling sanitary towel ya kuchange, ya kuvaa, so that she is able to, you know, attend classes comfortably, attend classes without anybody knowing that, you know what, she is on her menses, you see. Yeah. So we are on that campaign, we are on that journey to, you know, actually get 1,000 pieces of sanitary towels for our young girls. So in this, we are in a partnership with, you know, TAS TV Kenya, Boresha Jamii Initiative, and Pad Pulse Kenya. So we are working together just to ensure that a young girl somewhere is feeling safe, feeling comfortable, self-esteem iko juu, she's 100% okay, hata kitembea kwa njia, you know, the self-confidence ni kitu each and every one of us tuna strivingi kukuwa nayo, si ndio? Just a little bit more information.
Yes, so we have a program of Pad Pulse, where we want to, it's called Pad Poverty in Kenya, where we have even seen in news where ladies are not going to school because of just 50 bob shillings or
Yes.
70 bob shillings, right? And nobody's talking about it.
Yeah.
And these are our future mothers, our future bearers of homes and all that.
Exactly.
Yes. So we are coming up with an initiative where we are going to support these kids in high schools and in primary schools.
Yeah.
And also tertiary.
Yes.
Because that people experience it also in tertiary and higher learning institutions. We are providing pads. So we are calling out for you, people in the society.
Yes,
Please
yes.
donate. Because the thing is, wewe uko nayo, mwenzako hana. Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. So in case you're asking, where can I donate this? We have a pay bill number. What is the pay bill? The account. I think the pay bill is 522522.
Yes.
And then the account is
5658
65651.
Yes.
Okay, so that is the, just to repeat, the pay bill is 522522. The account is 5865651. So you can send in your donations, and in case you are within or around Thika and you'd want to come physically, there is Nema Plaza. In case you don't know where Nema Plaza is, along Kenyatta Highway, just before Gatito, on your way to, if you're coming from town, if you're coming from Thika town, just before you get to Gatito. But if you're coming from Nairobi, you pass Gatito just before you get to the junction leading you to Thika town. So you can get there, you can check the offices. That is Boresha Jamii Initiative office, that is Nema Plaza, first floor, room 23 and 24. Or in case you miss them, we are at Nema Plaza TAS TV, second floor, Tante Africa Studios. You'll get to come there, so you can give us, your donations. Remember, even just 5 shillings can get us a long way. So it has been a good conversation. We are all in this journey. Let's fight poverty. Let's fight sexual, let's fight period poverty, just to ensure that our baby girls wako sawa shule. Sindio?
Yes.
Your parting shot.
Thank you for having me.
Yes.
It was fun. And I'm so glad that we can have a platform where we can tell the youth this kind of information.
Yes.
Yes, thank you so much for
Asante
having
sana
me.
kwa kukuja. We appreciate you for your time. Sindio?
Thank you, yes.
Okay guys, what did I take home? It's about you, it's about your sexual health, it's about, your body. So ensure that you get to see a doctor just so you can understand ni nini nafaa kutumia, nini nafaa kujua about mimi, mwili yangu, na the acts that I get involved with. Sindio? Let's meet same place, same time next week. God bless you. Get informed on what is happening in our political scenes and people who are making headlines in different parts of the country and the world, right here at TAS TV. Join me, LAVIN NYAGOWA, as I bring to you weekly news highlights that are factual every Friday at 4 o'clock. See you then. Welcome to TAS Media Institute, the home of undiscovered talents. You will be trained by professionals who have a passion in what they do. Do not be left behind. Enroll now and become a pioneer of TAS Media Institute. We are located at Nema Plaza, second floor along Kenyatta Highway in Thika Town. Life can sometimes take unexpected turns, and this family's story is no exception. When a gas explosion completely changed the course of their living, Mr. Joseph Lual and his family have been forced to face unimaginable hardships. But even in this phase of adversity, they have managed to persevere with so much resilience. And as the saying goes, adversity introduces you to yourself. Let's get the story of Mr. Joseph and his family.
So welcome to the first episode of Brain Busters. My name is Mwangi Dominic. Leo tuko barabara ya MKU, tunauliza maswali tatanishi.
At TAS Media Institute, we let you discover your talent.